Nobody said this would be easy. Nobody said England would waltz through the round of 32, looking like world champions. But nobody, absolutely nobody, expected this. England trailing to Congo DR at a World Cup in the 7th minute. This is how it happened. Congo DR came into this match as massive underdogs, a nation playing in the World Cup knockout stages for the first time since they were known as Zaire back in 1974. A team ranked far below England's 4th place in the world, a side that, on paper, had no business frightening Thomas Tuchel's 3 Lions. But football doesn't care about paper. Inside 7 minutes, England's entire back line was pulled out of position. Chancel Mbemba launched a long ball from the right, a simple enough delivery, but it looped over a poorly positioned Jed Spence, and there was Brian Cipenga, the winger with ice in his veins, who jinked inside and slammed a low shot past Jordan Pickford at his near post. Atlanta Stadium fell silent in disbelief. The Congo DR substitutes poured onto the pitch, pandemonium on their bench, shock on England's faces. What followed was one of the most nerve-shredding halves of football England fans have suffered through in years. England looked paralyzed. Their passing was all over the place. Jude Bellingham, frustrated and angry, got booked for a clumsy challenge. Even Yoane Wissa nearly made it too, rattling the right post to leave England hanging by a thread. Mapasi, Congo DR's goalkeeper, was sensational. He denied Bellingham with a stunning save, pushed away Rashford's strike, and even flew out bravely at Kane's feet just before halftime when England's captain looked certain to level. Kane screamed for a penalty. The referee waved it away. England went into the halftime tunnel booed by their own fans, trailing to a side ranked far below them, and staring down the barrel of one of the most humiliating World Cup exits in English football history. The stat was damning. England had not won a World Cup match after conceding first since the 1966 final. That was 60 years ago. Thomas Tuchel needed to find something at halftime, and slowly, agonizingly slowly, England began to turn the tide in the second half. Substitute Anthony Gordon changed everything. The Newcastle winger came on and injected life and directness into an England attack that had been strangled by fear. He drove forward. He demanded the ball. He made things happen. And then, the 75th minute. Gordon collected Declan Rice's overhit cross wide on the left, steadied himself, and dipped a delicious ball back across the face of goal. There was Kane, the captain, the record breaker, a man built for exactly these moments, escaping the attention of Axel Tuanzebe and meeting the cross with a perfectly timed header beyond Mpasi. England 1-1. The roar from the England fans in Atlanta, the eruption in pubs and living rooms across England. 60 years of hurt, 60 years of heartbreak, and still this man delivers. But Kane was not done. 11 minutes later, Gordon found his captain again on the edge of the box. Kane took one touch to control, one more to create space, and then a fierce, precise drive that rocketed into the roof of the net. England 2-1. The stadium exploded. Scenes of pure, unbridled joy from English fans who had spent most of the afternoon biting their fingernails down to nothing. Back home in London, the pubs went absolutely wild. Streets erupted. Grown adults burst into tears, and Harry Kane, who now has more World Cup goals than Pele, 20 goals in major tournaments, and 84 international goals in total, stood with his arms outstretched, looking to the sky, doing what he has always done, delivering when England needed him most. England were far from perfect today. Their defense was shaky, their wingers largely ineffective, and only the brilliance of Mpasi in the Congo DR goal kept the scoreline from being far more comfortable earlier on. Thomas Tuchel will have major questions to answer before their round of 16 clash with Mexico at the iconic Azteca Stadium. But Congo DR can walk away from this World Cup with enormous pride. Their first knockout stage appearance in over 50 years. A nation that shocked England, scared England, and came within a whisker of one of the greatest upsets in World Cup history. The Leopards roared today. England just had the last word. And as always, of course, the last word belonged to Harry Kane.